Previously on Tim Plays a Game.
The reason I gathered you all here is so that I could get rid of my grudge. The spy is actually Sakura Ogami. What did the mastermind order you to do? I was told to kill one of my friends.
Should have been you.
Dang.
You should have been the one to die.
Oh no! I'm drawing a line right here and now. Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there. Where?
So...
Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but...
Shall we go?
What's up, everyone? It's Tim from TimPlaysAGame here with Trigger Happy Havoc Danganronpa, playing on Nintendo Switch. Apparently, he has something he wants to ask us. Alright, what do you want to ask? Alter Ego, okay. The computer. What do you got for us, computer? Hello? So it's just the two of you, Kyoko and Makoto? Kyoko's fingers glided across the keyboard. Is two not enough?
Thank you.
No, it's okay. Two should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us?
Indeed.
Come on, just ask us. What do you want to ask us?
So,
Oh yeah, so I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network. Yeah, where would that be? What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, "Why?"
you see,
Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work, I
but
don't want that.
I want to be able to help.
I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here for real.
That's
Out
right.
of here. That's what Master would want too. So to help everyone else to solve the mystery of this school,
That's right.
the only way I can help is if you connect me to the school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. Positive the mastermind would find out about it, that they'd find you, and they'd delete you. You agree, right, Kyoko? That's a yes. That's how she says yes. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
But
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still,
when I think about it, everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay.
I'm gonna do my best.
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Couldn't help but agree, but I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile. Yeah.
Hey.
You remember what you asked before, Makoto? You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
Certainly.
When I talk to Alter Ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that Alter Ego is our friend. Kyoko. To be honest, I didn't want Alter Ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice. But...
Makoto.
Let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect Alter Ego to the network. Okay, but where are we gonna do that? He's our friend, so I won't take his feelings into consideration. So I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that he wants to fight alongside his friends.
Now,
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend. What was the first thing again? Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't.
I want to believe in myself.
I want to be able to say, I know I can do this.
Leave it to me.
So please, let me try.
listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place?
That's right.
Remember, there's another place besides here where there are no surveillance camera. There's no surveillance camera. I think that one space behind that one secret place in the bathroom. Secret room. Yeah, that's it. The secret room you told me about. I definitely remember there was no surveillance camera in there.
Indeed.
And I do believe you can connect to the network. Can you connect to the network from there? There's pipes. I don't see any electrical anything. Okay, well, apparently Kyoko remembers seeing an Ethernet port. However, just because there's no camera there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the Mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move Alter Ego, and the Mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
That's what we have to do.
But despite all that, I still think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko. In that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
It's true.
Where are you gonna hide him, bro? Okay, then I'll leave it to you. Okay, thank you.
So then.
Then yeah, then let's get started. I don't want to see her crotch walk a freaking freaking PC, freaking laptop computer into the bathroom. That's never gonna work. It's gonna be a little cramped up for you, Alter Ego. Bear with us, okay? We start packing him up right away. We're just not gonna. Okay, I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath. Okay, in the jacket. All right. That's probably the only place he could put that. It tickles. You can't feel anything. You can't talk right now. We're going to move you to another room. Until we get there, you have to be absolutely silent, okay? Understood. Your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react. In the secret room, there are a bunch of different cables in one of the desk drawers. So there might be a network cable in there.
However,
Assuming the Mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
it's true.
Agreed. Let's head to the secret room. Okay, let's go already.
Hey,
Hey, Makoto.
why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go, and to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought I'd made her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, I'm going.
So then.
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. I don't see her having acting skills. And again, she's a detective, so... Trying to. Okay, there it is. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in this drawer. Found it. This is a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect Alter Ego. We need to let go to work. Pulled out the laptop, connected to the Ethernet port with cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world, if I can. I'll see if I can call for help. So, please just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided I'd leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us are as friends. Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents were gone, just like I told you. My reply was an intentional mix of acting and real feelings.
Correct.
I see. And there's nothing left for us to do. Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Kyoko.
What?
Yes. So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but isn't that a little too direct? Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about, like, what are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However...
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we do?
So...
If we can find some new clue that would likely change the situation, that's... If we can find some new clue that would likely change the situation, that's all we can hope for right now. Which is why Alter Ego...
Correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. Believe in our friends who've attacked each other already. That's our only option. We parted ways, and I headed back to my room. Like, every time he heads back to his room, someone else dies. Kind of tired, so I laid back down in bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving alter ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So long before... Okay, it's going to be nighttime. I had completely dozed off. That's a weird ding-dong sound. Is that my doorbell? Okay. Sharp sound of the doorbell pierced my sleepy haze and then pulled me back to the real world. Rattle, rattle.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to me and she was white as a ghost. Sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster. Suddenly found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. That rec room is more like a death room. Rattle, rattle. I can't get the door open. Is it locked? What do you know? Makoto, Kyoko. Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door and I heard to look inside, and when I did... Sakura. Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair like she's bowing her head. So she's like fell asleep sitting up. And what's going on? Did something happen to her?
Huh?
I was just walking past and I happened to notice her through the window. But I couldn't get the door open. Get the dang door open! I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So what should we do? What are we gonna do?
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating the school regulations.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our van. I just said,
Wrong.
door isn't locked. It's locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Oh, it's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Then why? Feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair?
In other words.
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should at least be the fastest way. Okay, I'll give you something to break in with. Break it with. Wait here, right here. Didn't feel like it's kind of a loose loophole, but yeah, I think that might work. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. She's just unconscious, right? No. No. Come on, bro. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure. Didn't reply. Yeah, there was only silence. Break the dang door open, bro. That silence didn't last long. Here. Found a broom in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please!
Come on, please hurry. Seriously, you can't... Okay, so I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could. Directly at the window, with all it took was one solid hit. Nice. Window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the now open hole and scratched the heck out of my arm. And started jostling the chair leaning against the door. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I pushed on it with all my strength and finally the knob turned. Sakura! Ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... Yep. She dead. I gotta say, out of all the death scenes, this one's the least gory. All I felt was cold death. I can only feel the last lingering warmth of a living body. This is actually kind of calming. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then, ding dong, ding dong. Yeah, she definitely did.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Will it now? Alright, now to deadly life.
Danganronpa.
Huh?
Huh?
Sakura's...
Yep. We get voice acting.
Sakura's dead?
Yeah.
She's... really dead?
Yes. I heard hand talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look up at Sakura's dead body. So exactly how she died, she was like sitting up. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wonder was she confirming that Sakura was really dead? Really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. Okay, shaky legs, Hina left the record. And why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine yeah, we've said that like 5 times already. Do your examination. I just stood there motionless behind her. Really helpful there, Makoto, while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. Well, you can't even narrate. You can't at least be a little more descriptive. Come on, bro. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. After enough time had passed, and after I don't know how long, I got everyone. What? Ogre.
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh? That's interesting. Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began. Yeah, like none of them are reacting appropriately.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means.
Interesting.
Sakura was murdered by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No! Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It's one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, and Toko. One of you killed Sakura. Dang, narrow it down, Hina.
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? Yeah, I mean, we've got only 6 people left alive now, so we got a 1 in 6 chance of randomizing this. I mean, it wasn't Hina, so that's... I mean, I'm assuming it wasn't Hina, unless she's, you know, killed Sakura for whatever reason and blamed 3 other people. But yeah, that's kind of the obvious 3 choices right there. Hiro didn't trust Sakura. Yeah, I don't know. Those 3 did not trust Sakura at all because she was basically helping the mastermind with some of this game. Because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it. I know it. You know it. Jeez, I don't know. Your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on!
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's the Monokuma file!
What he said.
Yeah.
And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again.
In other words...
Then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
Phew.
Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well, darn.
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the Blackhead is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie! Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't forgive
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Yeah, we're not happy to be here. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the Okay, so you killed her. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura. Okay, so he's not accepting responsibility. I mean, none of them are going to accept responsibility, but... Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can do that, if we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina. I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me. You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then settled. Let's begin, shall we? Okay, so we don't get Kyoko to help. Hold on. Before that, there's something I wanted to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in this crime scene. What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion will be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear.
I won't ask you to let us in, just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Oh, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided!
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation. Come on, let's get to the investigation already. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover the Sakura's kill, yeah, we're dead for the 5th time. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to... Come on, stop restating facts. We're on chapter 4 here. This has happened 3 other times. Better check the Monokuma file. Alright. Victim was Sakura Agami. The time of death is estimated to be around noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting. That's an injury. Vomiting of blood. Okay. So, vomiting of blood and a head injury.
hey,
I think that the case this time might be a challenge. Why is that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door has been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way to in or out until we broke it, the window, there's like 0 escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. I love these. I love locked room murders. They're so like challenging though. It's like, okay, for those who don't know, basically like they said, locked room murder. Basically a murder inside a room that's locked. So one of 4 things could happen basically. 1, the obvious one, the person committed suicide and they locked the room, or they locked the room then obvious. Room locked, then commit suicide. Yeah, that has to be the last thing. Option number 2, someone killed them and basically found a way to lock the door from outside the room without leaving any trace behind. I'm trying to think, there's like 2 more. Number 3 would be they were able to lock the room from outside, or they were able to make the room look like it was locked. But basically, it's something like along those lines. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life and right before our very eyes?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what? Yeah, sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Break down this kind of murder. There are 4 basic types. Yeah, locked room murders are created after the actual crime is committed. Simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. That's the second thing I talked about. And it involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, we all have to do is check the door to see if the door to see if that was what it was. Second type of locked room already exists before the crime is committed. The locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
in other words,
Basically, the killer uses some special contraption or tool. We gotta find the special contraption or tool before we jump to this. From outside, target the victim inside. Push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows, so let's stop talking about it. I think we can probably cross that one off the list. Third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. That could have happened. Oh no, wait, it couldn't have happened. Yeah, there was the three of us, and then Asahina. Unless someone slipped out. No, Asahina was near the door. What do you mean by that?
In other
They
words,
stay hidden, and when the door is open, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a
In
locked
other
room.
words,
By that I mean there's actually an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe until we find that, yeah. Until you find a hidden room or something. I don't know. We found one already, so. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during the trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set the locked room. Okay, until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else.
However,
For Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly wouldn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body and mind and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand on her? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to get any chance. Well, she did have, she did have a head injury, back of her head, so probably what happened. She probably got like injured pretty badly, but not enough to the point where she fell straight down. She probably took like a minute or something to get her for her to like really succumb to the head injury. Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand a chance against her. All right, moving on. What is this? Looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Ah, that's. Do you recognize it, Kina? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's the candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them, so so only Hina had access to those candies. But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Okay, so polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth blood. See, like blood spatter right here. There's a blood stain from the magazines on the shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make any sense. Why is it so far from where she died? Probably where she got hit. What's this? The shards of glass scattered around the chair Sakura's sitting on. Glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Good. Yeah, the top and bottoms really, really signify bottle. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's definitely some missing up here. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Feels like there should be 6, because there's like 2 spots missing. Yeah, we've got pawn, a rook. The one on the ground was a knight. A king. A bishop. I guess one of them should be a queen. A Monokuma hit figure holding a queen. Is that right? Rook, knight. Yeah, rook, knight, bishop. Yeah, there should be a queen figure and a knight figure. Knight figure's on the ground. So there should be another bottle somewhere. What I'm wondering is how they get all those figures inside the bottle.
So...
It's no different from your standard chip in a bottle. Huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside? You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is a Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth section. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started this bottle, which means Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Let's take a closer look at the body. See, Sakura drew her last breath, sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obviously evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries, so... Okay, so no physical injury, like, which would cause an internal injury. Which leads you to believe there's some kind of virus that caused intestinal bleeding or stomach bleeding, or some type of poison. Maybe her getting hit in the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. That's another thing. If her getting hit in the head caused her to become... to cause nausea or dizziness, that could have caused, yeah. Actually, not so much blood. Yeah, if you get hit in the back of the head, well... I mean, that would cause a head injury. I don't know if that would cause vomiting blood. That's weird. Not a chance. Yeah, okay, thank you, Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Yeah, I don't think if getting hit in the back of the head was what, I mean... Yeah, she would have had to... I mean, I think she would have gone to the nurse's office. What's all this? There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance of the room.
So...
Looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. Yeah. I know, but still, this protein it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. What is
Hey.
it? See what's scattered on the ground around the chem. Oh yeah, the glass. Shards of light blue glass. They must be part of the window I broke
Correct.
inside. But they aren't scattered around the can. They're underneath it. Ooh. So that was placed there after I broke the window.
So...
How does that matter? I can't say for sure, but that's probably going to... I mean, maybe it just rolled on top of the glass, but it's hard to say. I feel like it'd become more of an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure if I see. Okay, fine. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Ooh, what's this? The locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
That's a hand. So someone was inside the locker. What's a handprint doing here? Looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint in all the dust. And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding him in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open. Don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. I'm pretty sure we would have seen that. Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, the locker was open. Oh yeah, the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hid in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section. Cool. Magazine rack. The same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here. That's everything. Let's talk to Allie.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Okay, we gotta be a little more specific. We gotta choose one. Had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Sure, it's one of them. Okay, then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where. Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma files said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her, but she wouldn't listen. She said it's not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her by force even, this never would have happened. I doubt you would have been able to stop her, but okay. It's impossible not to have regrets now, I know. Aoi's account has been added to the truth bullet, it's cool. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, it might be good to confirm that which just I heard. Okay, fine. How can I confirm that, though? I guess we'll talk to Byakuya. Maybe you can tell us.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I was right. Come on, you were 5 feet away from me. You could have heard. What do you mean, interesting that I found out? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do that? It would do what it said, and risk being killed by that monster. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Thank you for being a dick. Here. Look at the chair. The chair was shoved against the doorknob, so we couldn't get to the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. You're just saying that out loud, okay? The door is the only way in and out of the rec room. The door doesn't have any lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window. Who could have done that? Oh, wait a minute. Which happened, of course, when I broke the window to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or the chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not the outside. I guess that's true. Yeah. Can't really poke holes in that.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then...
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
Listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided she's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with the two other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Walking down this hallway is just a cruel reminder. All the people that died. Toko. Press the doorbell. Ding dong. Get out here, murderer! And after a few seconds... Creepy. Who's there? Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
I want to talk to you about the murder,
so
obviously.
you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
You make me sick to my stomach.
I was in such a good mood, too.
Okay, so we know you're lying. She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Every time is a bad time. Obviously, I know Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Let's talk. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya has already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? So she did say that. I just said two, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, yourself. Okay, I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much so. Can you tell me about it? I admit it, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? I'm going back to my room. Okay, she definitely is hiding something. Toko quickly retreated into her room. Toko's account has been added to the Truth Bullet section of her handbook. Masahiro. Press the doorbell. Ding dong. Open up, murderer!
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? Yes, they have. Now talk. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
You're terrible at lying. She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura.
You got it all wrong!
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually...
Last time I saw Ogre was when Hino got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me!
I haven't seen... Okay, that completely contradicts what you just said, but alright. While I'm here, could you show me the note that she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on!
Ah, sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pockets. Hello.
Huh?
Ah! Ah! Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on!
Yeah, sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll... Dang it. Starting to think all three of them murdered her. Dang, Hino might have been right on the money, all three of them. Working together, I think maybe they each, like, did something. Crap, if they all did something, then it's gonna be impossible to know, like, who murdered her. Before waiting for the reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into the room. Hiro said that was trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been out of the truth bullets. Alright. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? Definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. Yeah, well, yeah, chem A2, so... Okay, so we just gotta go back to the chem lab.
What?
Makoto, do you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. No, I meant to say, I got it. I say what I mean, unlike you. Let's see, so it came from here, I believe. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. Looks like there are 3 shelves that have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Yeah, let's look at that. Bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. Better not leave a footprints. Well, it looks like someone already did. These are footprints. Oh my god, the murder was a foot. The game's a foot, Watson. And they're only in front of the on the front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We need to sketch out the floor plan. By weed, you mean me? How kind of you to... Oh, darn it! With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop, chop. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Just draw a picture of a middle finger and hand it to him. Here you go! That's everything that's happening here. So, so how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business and left no shelf. They came in, went straight to the shelf, did whatever they had to, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. Unless, I mean,
see.
They could have seen the why didn't they clean up the mess? This is like a huge clue, though. It leads to the fact that they were in front of the A shelf, which doesn't have poison, but I think the C shelf has poison.
It's
These
certainly
footprints must
possible.
be Makoto. Are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes, and I'll confirm the size for myself. Couldn't think of any reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Okay, so these are small feet prints. Fortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. Fortunate for me, unfortunate for everyone else. But with how clear these footprints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Cool. Let's take a look at the left cabinet. On the shelf. These are all, okay, so these are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found. Wait, is that freaking poison? There's poison in there. What the heck? Yeah, you can see the red bottle of poison right there. Protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number, so I guess I consider this part of the shelving in the A section. But wait! There's one bottle that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? That's what it looks like. Now let's examine all these cabinets. So on this shelf is a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are for. They're reagents, but put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. Have you ever lived in have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must be truly bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
Do you not understand who my character? My character is nothing but harsh. What you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. Okay, great. Didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now, I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section B. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Cool. And then the C shelf, which I'm pretty sure there's a C bottle missing, yeah? Looking at one look, I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Yeah, all those skulls and crossbones are definitely indicative of that. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. Looks like it's split into 3 sections. Yeah, I did. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and C has lethal chemicals. Why are they all in the same section? It's the same area. Cool, I can get my science homework done, my protein drink in, and kill someone all in one convenient place. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder in Section A, but what concerns me, in the Section A, there was a bottle with the label Section C. So someone poisoned her protein drink. That could be what killed her. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on here. Chem lamp shelf, okay. And then there's the broken bottle. Broken bottle from the shelf is this where all the chemical came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it, chemical sort C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's
words,
right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to this case somehow. If that's really what happened. I don't trust Byakuya right now. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of these prints, however, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. Well, they went to the left side of the shelf after the bottle had been broken. I guess as they grabbed that bottle off the C shelf, broke it, and then walked over to the A shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder. Alright, taking a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should go take another look at the rec room. Yeah, with all this information, I think the rec room might be the way to go. Good.
Hey.
So Makoto, how is your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must have been lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway.
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over once more. I hate having to rely on her so much. Okay, let's look at the glass bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Yeah, there should be another bottle. Something new.
Hey.
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention to it, and you're sure to find it. Yeah, we're missing the queen piece correlation. Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
So...
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because, which is what she's basically been doing this whole time, especially in the trials. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything new to begin with. Only to a degree. That's the notebook. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
Anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken bottle? Try to gather the small pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so that's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then.
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. That Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up, sorry to keep you waiting.
So then.
Hey, is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I've got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? Probably to prove that the fact that the broken glass, there's more than one broken bottle there. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. About the same. It's
In other
balanced,
words...
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you just picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be that either way they balance out, or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and
So
there.
then...
Okay, then let's give it a try. Whoa, it's heavier. That's because there's more than one broken bottle. Broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
In other words...
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles put all together. I believe you'll arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the truth. Okay, so there are basically two broken bottles. There were two broken bottles there, so she got hit once and then got hit again. Probably in the same area. Right over here by the magazine rack. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Well, hold on now. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back the way of an accident? Something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Picked up the invert magazine, flipped through it. Okay. It says Taka. Say Toko. Say Toko or Taka? Taka's dead, so it has to say Toko. One of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. It says Toko. Okay, so it officially says Toko. And it was not dry when they put it back, so yeah. It must be a dying message.
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It's a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. Dying message.
However...
And just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. Okay, so it was like that. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
What the heck?
And she's the killer, right? What if that's like Genocide Jack trying to frame Toko? That doesn't make any sense, but... Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
That's right. Toko also has the that split personality, so I guess that counts as a fourth suspect. Settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why she would think that, but it seems a little on the nose, you know? Seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Dying message, magazine dying message, then add the truth bullets. Alright. Let's look at the body one more time. According to Kyoko, there's something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure out anything. Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but...
Hey.
Don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Yeah. I don't want to touch her. She's icky. There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. Can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch... What? What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Oh. Okay. She stepped in the powder. I think. Her shoes.
Correct.
She had yellow powder on her instep. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
Powder is clue number 1. Cool.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow... Wait, what? It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow. But it's... Oh, okay, received 2 blows to the head. That's what we figured from the 2 bottles. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting
Correct.
thing. Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So she didn't, like, touch the back of her head or anything? So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Okay, so maybe she was, like, hit in the back of the head post-mortem. Examination summary, alright. Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Oh, man, that's it? Dang, we're getting less and less time.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah, you're so much more interesting.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Just do it.
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
All too often.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Aye. Alright, it's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is only still half... I'm sure we'll figure it out. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.